Skol, Vikings Nation. What's good, fam? Today, we're diving headfirst into the wildest quarterback roller coaster this offseason, Aaron Rodgers and our Minnesota Vikings. Picture this: a future Hall of Famer, a legend who's thrown more touchdowns than we've had heartbreak seasons, dangling out there unsigned, while our GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah drops some serious truth bombs on Wednesday, March 26, 2025. Buckle up, because this isn't just news. It's a saga that's got us all buzzing like US Bank Stadium on a Sunday night. Here's the teaser that's gonna hit you like a Justin Jefferson one-handed grab. Rodgers to the Vikings? It's the rumor that won't die. But Kwesi just threw us a curveball that's got me hyped and a little on edge. We're talking J.J. McCarthy, our 2024 first-round Golden Boy, stepping into the spotlight, while Rodgers might be left watching from the sidelines, or maybe not even in purple at all. The question is, are we ready to roll with the kid? Or is there still a twist coming? Let's break it down Viking style. So what's the word from the top? Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, our mastermind GM, stepped up to the mic and said, "Right now, given all our scenario planning, we're happy with our room." That's right, folks, our quarterback room, featuring J.J. McCarthy and the unsung hero Brett Rippon, is where his head's at. What do you think? Does that get your skull chant going? Or are you still dreaming of that Rodgers magic? Hit me in the comments. Let's talk about J.J. McCarthy for a hot second, because this kid's story is straight out of a Hollywood script. Drafted 10th overall last year, he was supposed to light up 2024, but bam, a preseason knee injury sidelined him for his entire rookie season. Now, it's March 27, 2025, and Kwesi's singing his praises like he's the next big thing, saying JJ's met the bar and exceeded expectations at every point. Can you feel that purple energy building? But here's where it gets juicy. Kwesi won't slap that QB1 label on him just yet. JJ himself spilled the tea this week, saying the team hasn't told him he's the guy. That's got me on the edge of my seat. Imagine the pressure, the hunger this kid's got to prove himself after sitting out a whole year. Are we about to see a breakout star take over Minnesota? Or is there a veteran wildcard still lurking in the shadows? And speaking of wildcards, let's not sleep on Brett Rippon. Kwesi called him out by name, raving about his quick decision-making, processing, and better athlete than people give him credit for. This dude's been grinding in the shadows, and with only 2 QBs on the roster right now, he's more than just a backup plan. He's a legit piece of this puzzle. What's your take, Vikings fam? Is Rippon our secret weapon, or just a placeholder? Now, let's get to the elephant in the room, Aaron Rodgers. This man's a 4-time MVP, 41 years young, and still unsigned as free agency heats up. The Vikings flirted with the idea. Kwesi admitted coach Kevin O'Connell and Rodgers had a lot of conversations. Picture that, KOC and Arad, chopping it up, maybe reminiscing about their West Coast roots, plotting a Vikings takeover. My heart's pounding just thinking about it. But hold up, Kwesi's not ready to pull the trigger. He said, "Right now, we feel good about where we're going, and that's really how it ended." Ended? Or just paused? He left the door cracked open, hinting that things could shift depending on scenarios. That's the kind of suspense that keeps us Vikings fans up at night. What if JJ stumbles? Could Rodgers swoop in like Brett Favre 2.0? Here's the kicker. Rodgers might not even want to be a backup. Back in 2009, Favre came to Minnesota as the savior, leading us to 12 wins and an NFC championship game. Rodgers, though? Kwesi's talking about him like he'd be insurance or competition, not the franchise fix. Do you think Arad's ego would sign up for that? Or is he holding out for a starring role somewhere else? Drop your predictions below. Time to rewind the tape. Why'd we even let Sam Darnold walk? Earlier this month, Sam inked a 3-year deal with the Seahawks, and it's all because of J.J. McCarthy. Kwesi and the crew bet big on our first-rounder, letting Darnold, who threw for 4,280 yards and 32 TDs in 2024, hit the road. That's a bold move, fam, and it's got me wondering if we're all in on the future or rolling the dice too soon. Kwesi's words echo that gamble. When we pool the resources we did to draft J.J., that's the outcome we want. And that's the outcome we're headed towards. It's like he's daring JJ to step up and own it. After losing Daniel Jones to the Colts too, our QB room went from crowded to a two-man show overnight. Are we feeling confident or nervous about that shakeup? And let's not forget the stakes. This roster's loaded. We've got Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones, and a defense that's been beefed up with $300 million in free agency moves. If JJ can't deliver, or if he gets dinged up again, are we really cool with Rypien carrying the torch? That's the kind of question that keeps me refreshing Vikings news every 5 minutes. What's your gut telling you? Okay, let's paint the picture of JJ's journey. It's a redemption arc in the making. This kid's been rehabbing that knee like a warrior, and he told Kay Adams this week he's 100% and locked in on the process. Imagine the fire in his belly after missing out last year. Every snap in OTAs this spring is going to be a statement. Can you see it? JJ slinging it to J-Jettas, turning doubters into believers? Kwesi's hyping him up big time. He's exceeded our expectations at every point. From the draft process to those preseason reps before the injury, JJ's been checking boxes. But here's the suspense. Will he seize the job in camp? Or will the Vikings still look for a safety net? That uncertainty's got me itching for more updates. Stay tuned, because the story's far from over. What's wild is how this ties back to Rodgers. If JJ balls out, the A-Rod talk fades away. But if he struggles or if that knee acts up, Kwesi's got a hotline to Kevin and Rodgers ready to go. How do you see this playing out, fam? Are we riding with JJ all the way, or hedging our bets with a vet? Let's zoom out. Why'd the Rodgers talks even start? It's all about Kevin O'Connell. KOC and Rodgers go way back. Both West Coast guys, both repped by athletes first, and Kwesi said, they've got a great relationship still. That's the kind of bromance that could have brought a legend to Minnesota. Imagine Rodgers in purple, dissecting defenses with KOC's playbook, but Kwesi's keeping it real. It's ultimately up to him what he decides to do with his future. Rodgers met with the Steelers last week, and whispers say Pittsburgh's his top spot now. That stings a little, losing out on a guy who's thrown 475 career TDs, but it's also a vote of confidence in our young guns. Are you bummed we're not chasing harder, or relieved we're not banking on a 41-year-old? Here's the twist, Kwesi won't say never. I'm not gonna say anything's 100% forever, he teased. That's the Vikings way, keep us guessing, keep us hooked. So, while Rodgers mulls his next move, we're left dreaming of what could have been, or celebrating what's about to be with JJ. What's your vibe on this, crew? Back to the quarterback room, 2 guys ain't enough. Kwesi's crystal clear. It's our job to set up a room that's going to provide insurance in case someone needs to come in for a couple games. Right now, it's JJ and Rypien, and that's razor thin for a team with Super Bowl dreams. Who's the next piece, fam? The rumor mill's already spinning. Ryan Tannehill's name popped up last week as a potential vet ad. A guy with 151 career starts could be the perfect mentor for JJ, or a clutch fill-in if things go sideways. But Kwesi's playing it coy, saying they'll look at all the options out there. Who'd you bring in to back up our boy? Let's hear your picks. And don't sleep on the pressure. This ain't just about 2025. It's about the future. With KOC locked in on a 5-year extension and Kwesi's contract ticking down after the season, every move's gotta count. Are we building a dynasty with JJ, or just patching holes? That's the stakes we're playing for, Vikings Nation. Let's get nerdy with some stats. JJ's college tape at Michigan screams potential. In 2023, he tossed 22 TDs to just 4 picks, leading the Wolverines to a national championship. That's the kind of poise we're banking on, and Kwesi's betting it translates to the NFL. Can you imagine that cool-headed kid under center for us? Compare that to Rodgers' 510 career TDs, a 65% completion rate, and a knack for winning when it counts. The dude's a living legend, but at 41, every snap's a gamble on his body holding up. Kwesi's choice to lean on JJ over A-Rod feels like a torch-passing moment. Do you buy into that vision, or think we're missing a golden opportunity? Here's the suspense. Training camp's gonna be a showdown. JJ's got the keys, but he's gotta earn it every day, like he said himself. If he falters, the Vikings could pivot fast. Are you hyped for that battle or sweating the unknown? Let's talk it out in the comments. Let's dream big. What if JJ takes off? Picture this, week 1, 2025, U.S. Bank Stadium roaring as McCarthy hits Jefferson for a 70-yard TD. The kid's got KOC's system in his DNA, quick reads, smart plays, and he's got the weapons to make it sing. That's the Vikings' future I'm salivating over. But there's always that what if. Kwesi's keeping his options open, saying, we're responding to scenarios as they come. If JJ's not ready, or if that knee flares up, Rodgers or another vet could slide in. That's the tightrope we're walking, fam, high reward, high risk. How confident are you in JJ right now? The clock's ticking, April's draft is looming, and free agency's still cooking. Kwesi's got moves to make, and we're all watching like hawks. Will we stick with the youth movement, or pull a surprise? Stay locked in, because Vikings news never sleeps. Time to flip the script, why not Rodgers? The guy's a maestro, think 2010 when he won the Super Bowl with Green Bay, or 2021 when he nabbed his 4th MVP. Pair him with our roster and we're instant contenders. So why's Kwesi cooling on him? Is it the age, the cost, or just blind faith in JJ? Kwesi's take, we're happy with our room right now. That's a polite pass on a rod. But he added, things can change. It's like he's dangling hope in front of us. Maybe Rodgers is a phone call away if JJ trips up. Are you still holding out for that blockbuster? Or ready to move on? Here's the fan angle. Some of us want the proven winner. Others want the fresh start. I'm torn, fam. Rodgers could give us one epic run. But JJ's our long-term goal. Where do you land on this debate? Hit me up below. Let's circle back to KOC. Kevin O'Connell's the glue here. Fresh off that 5-year extension in January, he's the quarterback whisperer we've needed. He turned Sam Darnold into a 4,000-yard stud last year, and now he's got JJ in his sights. Can you feel the chemistry brewing? Kwesi's leaning on that bond, noting KOC's talks with Rodgers sparked organizational dialogue. That's a fancy way of saying they kicked the tires hard before parking the idea for now. If KOC's playbook can unlock JJ like it did Sam, we're in for a treat. Thoughts on that, crew? The suspense is killing me. KOC's got a rep for building QBs, but will it be JJ's show? Or does he still dream of Rodgers? With his track record, I'm betting on magic either way. What's your confidence level in KOC's plan? Let's talk insurance. Kwesi's obsessed with it. Provide insurance in case someone needs to come in for a couple games, he said. That's smart. JJ's knee scare last year proved we can't go all in without a safety net. But who's the guy? Rippon's solid, but is he enough? The Vikings have been linked to vets like Tannehill and even Joe Flacco in rumors. A grizzled backup could steady the ship if JJ hits a rough patch, or worse, gets hurt again. Who's your dream insurance policy? Fam? Drop your wish list in the comments. Here's the hook. Our season could hinge on this. A loaded roster, a genius coach, and a QB room on the brink. Every choice matters. Are we one injury away from panic or set to roll no matter what? That's the Vikings drama I live for. Fast forward, what's JJ's ceiling? At Michigan, he was 27-1 as a starter. Insane, right? If he brings half that mojo to Minnesota, we're cooking. Kwesi's banking on him being the outcome we want. And I'm dreaming of playoffs by 2026. Can you see it too? But the floor's scary, 0 NFL snaps, a major injury behind him. If he's not ready, or if Rippon's our only fallback, we could be staring at 8-9 again. That's the roller coaster, sky-high hopes, gut-check risks. Are you riding that wave with me, or bracing for a crash? The Vikings way, hope and heartbreak, all in one. JJ's got the keys, but the road's unpaved. How's your purple heart holding up as we head into this unknown? Let's vent it out. Let's wrap this with a bow. Rodgers ain't dead yet. Kwesi's not 100% forever line means the door's ajar, and with Rodgers still unsigned, anything's possible. Pittsburgh's in pole position, but if they pass, could Minnesota pounce? That's the late-night thought keeping me up. Meanwhile, JJ's the star of this show. Kwesi's all but crowned him, saying he's headed towards QB1. It's his job to lose, and I'm ready to see him fight for it. Are you Team JJ, Team Rodgers, or just Team Chaos? Where you at, fam? One last twist, free agency's fluid, and the draft's a month away. Kwesi could flip the script any day, so keep your eyes peeled for Vikings news. What's your bold prediction for our QB room by summer? Lay it on me. Skull Nation, we've been through it all today, the Rodgers tease, the JJ hype, the Kwesi master plan. This is Vikings football, passion, suspense, and a whole lot of purple pride. I'm fired up for what's next. JJ taking the reins, or a curveball we never saw coming. What's got you buzzing most about this QB saga? This is our time, fam. 2025's around the corner, and we're building something special. Let's keep the convo rocking. Drop your thoughts, your dreams, your wild takes in the comments. Are we Super Bowl bound, or still a QB away? You tell me. Before you bounce, smash that like button if you're feeling the skull vibes. Subscribe if you're not already in the crew. Vikings news never stops, and I'm here for every twist. Share this with your Vikings posse, and let's get US Bank Stadium shaking from afar. Skull Vikings. See you in the next one.